Okay. Day two was starting a vlog, right? Doing a vlog, practicing a vlog, whatever. It's kind of like, y'all, it's not easy, but it's, I mean, I do have some, like, okay, so for this vlog, I'm gonna talk about reasons why I love living in Poland. Three reasons, actually, or maybe more. Yeah. But, like, to get into that, I'm like, it's kind of like, okay, I do have some things to think about, to talk about. Um, But I guess maybe I ate too much and now I'm like kind of feeling kind of groggy. Had like a burger and like some fries, so not the best kind of food, honestly, but it's the weekend, so I just wanna, indulge a little bit. Speaking of which is, I'm like kind of I don't know if I wanna go to the gym. Like I do wanna go to the gym, but I also don't want to get sick. That's like the worst part of like living in Poland because of the winter. It's just like the weather sometimes just suck. Even though today is beautiful, like the sunlight is like mwah, like it's nice. When there's sun, I can handle the temperature, but the air is like not the quality is bad, but it's just very dry, and so it's very irritating for the throat and for the nose, and just going outside just like kind of hard. Yeah. But anyway, this video is not about why I don't like Poland. That's gonna be probably I'm gonna talk like separately. But this is about why I love living in Poland. And yeah, I actually lived here for almost 10 years. This is actually my 10th year living in Poland. Um, Story of why I'm here, I'll talk about it later. But for the sake of, the vlog, focus on the actual theme of this vlog, which is me talking about why I love living in Poland. Okay, keep repeating myself. Get to the point. Get to the point. So, okay. Number one, I love living in Poland because the landscape here is amazing. The nature, oh my gosh. Like, I've been around Poland, like like small towns in the mountains near the sea, up north, down south there's the mountains, to the east, to the west, kind of all over. I haven't been everywhere yet, but I've been to a lot of places, way more than some Polish people. Like to be honest, I've been way like more than some of my Polish friends, which is very surprising. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, the landscape, the nature here is amazing, and I just generally like appreciate the culture here of they really prioritize like the nature, the environment. It's a very important topic here. And in general, like the way they spend like the funding for like the taking care of like national forests and all of the places that with trees and lakes and so on, that it's like very well taken care of. They have a lot of regulations, government regulations to protect these places. And also you can and that in the city themselves, like there are so many trees, like parks, so many parks everywhere. Like the roads were just like filled with shrubs. And in the summer it's beautiful. Like when summer comes, like the winter here, obviously like some trees are just like don't no leaves, and there you can see some evergreen trees. Um but in general, on spring to like fall, Poland is just like transformed. Like, oh my gosh, like it's beautiful, um and another thing that I love about it is like the parks and the city in general is very accessible by walking. So I live in like kind of northwest of Poznan, and I could easily walk from my house all the way to like the lake nearby. Like takes me like 30 minutes, or less actually. If I would be fast, I could do it in 20. And from the lake, I could walk to another park, which goes toward into the city, and the path is like connected. So you gotta cross the road a little bit, but it's like very easily like manageable. I could easily walk from here into the city center with paths, properly like built out and everything, and it's good. Like I've done that before. I actually walk from here across town, like across the city of Poznan, to the other side, to the east side, and yeah, it was like not a problem at all. And actually, that's one of my favorite things to do now. In the summer, in the spring, when the weather is more forgiving, I'm definitely gonna do more of that. It is like just the most wonderful thing. So that's number one: nature, landscape, the parks, the lakes. Polish, nature is just absolutely stunning. Like I love it. I love it a lot. Second thing that I like about Poland is the city, which is kind of connected to the number one. The cities, the town, is just they're really well designed. They really envision of how people, where people gonna be staying, people gonna where people gonna like work. So like for example, a complex like mine, right? We have like different apartment buildings, blocks, right, all together, and in between there's like a playground. There's like little parks in between, and there's a shop nearby. That's you have like groceries, you have like cosmetics shops, like pharmacy, and nearby there's like a doctor's clinic, and so it's all within walking distance. The public transport, it's amazing, by the way. Like you can get anywhere all around Poznan, all around actually Poland as well. Like the trains here are great. Like I once took a small bus, like to some like little village, and it was very accessible, like straight from the city center. That's like awesome. And there, that town, they had like tiny little like train station that you can take you from to another little small town. That's like freaking awesome. So I could live here without any car. I mean, if I were to, go to like the countryside and like, go to places that like, there are places that you can't take a bus or the train. It's just much easier to drive a car for sure. But if you live in a city and you have no interest whatsoever to go to the countryside and, explore the nature and so on, then yeah, you don't need a car. I actually don't have a car driving license. Since my boyfriend drives the car, so I just kind of be the passenger. But for my daily life, I don't even like need to drive anywhere. I just take the tram, the buses. Very very accessible. The way they also lay out the city is very like it's very human centric. That's a good word, human centric. So they really think about, okay, so where, what people what they really need, where the population should live. It's not like, I'm comparing to like American cities, right? When you have like a whole rows of like houses and like buildings, right? And there's like no stores like at all. That's just not like that's not great urban planning. That's just like, you need something, you gotta drive all the way to, cross town to like go to the shop, right? That's just insane. Like 20 minutes to get to the shop by car. That's just like, that's not how, that's I don't think that's a great way to plan a city, in my opinion. Well, definitely not the city that I would want to live, or like a town that I would want to live. That I need a car to go to places that I need to buy and stuff and so on. And the third part, the best part, I'd say, this is where like, well, actually, yeah, I mean, it is really good. No, for sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, my partner is Polish, so of course, like, the Polish people are very lovely people. They can be tough to like get to know in the beginning, for sure. A lot of like my first impression coming here was that like people were kind of like distant, and they not too distant, but they were like a bit cold, a bit stern, like assertive. But and I'm from Thailand, so my whole country, like people just smile, and like that's kind of like our thing, that like we smile so that we show that we are friendly. We don't want any trouble. Here it's the opposite. If you're making some kind of smile, it means like you want some trouble, which is very interesting. we can agree to disagree, but all that aside, that's not the part. Like, I don't even mind it, to be honest. And I actually, one of the reasons why I actually love Polish people is because they are very real. They're very, they admire like truthful relationship and the straightforwardness of, like, they're not fake. They're just, they give you what it is. They're just of course it's not everybody, but like the people that I meet, like they're honest, and they if you need help, they'll help you. They're not interested in like causing you trouble, and also they also don't want you to cause them trouble, right? It's just like, hey, like very straightforward relationship, just like, we live with each other, we respect each other, and I love that. They're practical people, very smart, very hardworking, um, and when I party with them, they're like the most fun people. Like they let loose, they have fun, and they are very there can be outgoing. Like, of course there are some introverts, there are some extroverts, just like, any other country. But Polish people, when you really become friends with them, they really welcome you, and is really nice. That's one of the things why, Poland, is really great. It's the people. Some people might mistake, the first impression that they're a little bit like kind of dull, and like not dull, but just, you kind of need to take some time to like to get to know them, and once you get to know them, like they're really cool people. Yeah. So those are the things why I love about Poland.